Welcome to Mrs. Pete's Tutti Levine. I'm so happy you're here today. I'm trying something. First off, the wind's blowing my hair. I'm at the donut shop and I needed a little opening for my artisan journal, Prompt 2024. This is hosted by Patti at Life with Patti. You guys be sure and go over and check and see what everyone's posting. This is number 23 and mine is different. The prompt was red and I went a little different than maybe some of you have, and I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be fun for me. You see a little bit of things on the wall. There's a picture somewhere there of Richard in the little orange. Keep watching. This was a fun video to do, you guys. When Patti told us the prompt would be red, I was thinking another way. I thought I wanted it like every time I tell you, I wanted it to be something that my family would enjoy later. I decided to go with red with embarrassing, funny moments. I started thinking, and first off, do you remember that guy on TV? I don't know, I think it was a comedian, that he wore a bag over his head. And I looked up, tried to find a picture, and I drew that one after I seen another one. And like, I'm so embarrassed, I got to cover my head. So then I went with the idea, I'm going to ask different ones in my family for their most funny, embarrassing moment. I used to do this for Richard when we'd go camping a lot of times. We'd be sitting around the campfire and I'd say, let's all tell our most embarrassing moment. And I said, Richard, we can start with you. Oh, he was a good sport about it. And this was the story that most of the time he would tell. You know, he wore dentures, and you can see there he is, right? One day, many years ago, after our mall had closed up and there was no longer a mall for shopping, would go there and go for walks. There was a lot of health and welfare people there. They rented some of the building and they would take their walks at lunchtime. Well, we was taking a walk just for fun. We was coming one way and they were going the other way, and all of a sudden Richard sneezed and his dentures flew out of his mouth and went flopping down in front of him, and he grabbed them up and wiped them off and stuck them back in his mouth. And as we passed the people that were walking the other way, we could hear them snickering. It was funny. It would be a red with embarrassment moment. I had a moment, well, I've had more, but this is the one I thought of for myself. I was on jury duty a few years back, and, you know, I was fairly new to cell phones at that time. This was an attempted murder case, and they would deliberate, and they would do this and have a witness, and then they'd send you out for a break many times. And so I'd turn my phone on and check my messages or whatever, and then I'd turn it off and go back in. Well, one time I thought I turned it off. They were deliberating, trying to make their case against not making him guilty, the other side. My phone rang. It was a real serious moment, and my phone rang. Oh my goodness, I was trying to turn it off real fast and I couldn't get it off. And they excused me for a minute. That was so embarrassing, you guys. So very embarrassing. Okay, now my son Josh. I asked him and he told me about the time. These kind, you hear these a lot, but he was telling me that when he was in junior high, I think it was, in his classroom, of course, he'd been to school with him for years, and sneezed and farted at the same time. And of course, the whole classroom started laughing. That would be so embarrassing. My daughter-in-law, Lynn, I talked to her today. You know, she works at a bank. She's a banker. And her boss one day asked her if she'd go for a walk, you know, at lunchtime. Well, on her walk, she fell down twice, and her boss had to help her up. She said her boss never did ask her to go for another walk. Oh my goodness, she's had a lot of fun ones too. My son, Gordon, I don't know what this is with farting, you guys, but this was many years ago, and they were youth leaders at their church, and they had all their kids, the teenagers, sitting around, you know, sitting at some kind of event, and I guess they were going to get ready to do a little Bible study or something, and so he was going to sit down on the floor with them. So he started sitting down, and he farted. Well, this group of teenagers, they didn't laugh or anything. Everything was just so silent. Okay. Then their daughter, Amber, you know, she's the one that's got the little guy. And all these pictures are a few years old. All of them are. She was telling me about when she was a teenager that she had a crush on a boy. And they were chasing, they was at some kind of youth thing, and they were running around, I guess either playing a game or chasing around, and all of a sudden she fell in the mud and had mud all over her. Next one, my daughter Gail, you guys have seen her many times. She gave me several stories, and I'm going to try to put them. She told me about them, and I'm going to try to play my Voxer where you can hear her tell the stories. Let's see if we can do this. This is new to me, you guys. Maybe I should label this new to me. So,
you know, as far as all my embarrassing moments, I mean, my goodness, there's just so many. Just pick one. I don't care if you tell my embarrassing moments or not. I mean, there's the time my dress, when I came out of the bathroom, and my dress was tucked into my underwear, and I walked out of the bathroom with the missionary guy, the special guest missionary guy, who was walking in back of me, and, you know, there I am just strutting away in my high heels with my skirt tucked into my underwear, and there's my butt for all the world to see. There was that. That was really embarrassing. Here's my most recent, where I screamed, "Shark, run!" There was no shark. It was a manatee. As I laid on the ground, because I immediately slipped and fell, and I was like trying to get up, and the waves kept knocking me down, and I'm like, really? There was that. That just happened, like, you know, a week ago. There was my infamous when my chair, my cane thing broke, and I fell. My water in my water bottle fell, or broke. Water went everywhere. I pulled down the curtain on me. Willie and Harmony both said it was like a grand finale. Like, ta-da! Like, as it came, it went over me like I was a ghost. And of course, it was during the telling of Jesus calming the water, and the kids were in the makeshift boat with the water. That was the scene when all that happened. So it was like comic relief, you know, at its best. So yeah, pick your pick. When I was pregnant with Caleb, and Caleb ran up on the stage, and I ran up and grabbed him off the stage. I'm sorry, I wasn't pregnant with him. I was pregnant with Rochelle, really pregnant. Caleb ran up on stage, so I ran up there to get him. And as I came down, I couldn't see the ground with my belly sticking out. And from the top step, I just walked straight out into the air, and was airborne in the air with Caleb on me, right in front of the entire church, right before church was going to start on a Sunday night. There was that.
And that was my idea for red. I hope you enjoyed that. That was fun to me. Total different and fun. You guys go check and see what everyone else posted on this video today on this prompt, Artisan Journal 2024. Thank you, Patti, for doing such an awesome job. And I am doing just like I told you I normally don't do. I'm looking at the camera. I see myself in it, and I see my hair blowing. And anyway, it's a good day. It's a hot day. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you. Stay cool. Don't forget, Jesus loves you.